Hello. One, two, three, check. Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new Stars Reach stream. How are you? I
Hello.
am on a different environment
Hello,
today.
everyone.
Don't mind me. It's temporary, one time only. So, yeah, we're back with a new gameplay and developer interview stream. Today we have a special guest, Sean. Sean, say hi.
Hello, Sean.
Icy Guitars, yeah, that's right. And we have Logan with us. No,
Hello,
sorry.
everyone.
Yeah,
Good to see you.
I don't have the
Pretty
gameplay.
good.
I'll switch in a few, and also Larry that will assist me today during the stream. Checking everything. So, how are you, Sean? Let's start easy.
That's the simple question, right? I'm doing good. The Kickstarter initiative was very, very busy, so enjoying a little bit of downtime, I guess. Not as busy time.
All right. Larry, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Always happy to be here.
Okay, good. So we're ready to start. All right, so Sean, please introduce yourself and your role at Playable Worlds. What do you do every day when you wake up? Do you drink coffee in the morning?
Yep, every morning.
Okay.
Got it right here.
We are friends then.
French press. So I'm a graphic designer here at Playable Worlds, and that in itself is kind of a loaded title because graphic designers have a tendency to be pretty diverse in what they do, and that is not any different here at Playable Worlds. So I do focus a lot on the branding of the company, but also I've done things like help design UX and 3D modeling and materials and textures for those 3D models. And I've built 2 websites for the company. So and a little bit of community stuff, but yeah.
Lots of
That's me.
hats, huh?
Yeah.
Is this your first job in the game industry? How did you get started?
Yeah, first job in the game industry, though it's always been a career goal of mine.
Mhm.
I've bounced around to so many different jobs, everything from like fast food to hard labor to retail sales.
Mhm.
And my goal was always to try to shoehorn my way in here somehow as an artist. And I started doing graphic design work probably about like 10 years ago. And upon interviewing with Playable Worlds, I kind of had a pretty robust portfolio of work. So I think that was the thing that shoehorned me into the industry.
Amazing. By the way, we are not alone. We have a gameplay mod with us, Lemonous. Now that I can transition. There we go.
Hi, hello. I'm good, thank you.
Who's gonna help us today with the gameplay? You can see him waving to a tree. Hello, tree.
Hello, tree.
All right. So, Sean, hard question.
Sure.
What kind of games do you like to play? Here we are gonna decide our friendship, you know?
Yes. Okay, well, I'll start with my favorite game of all time, Final Fantasy VII, the original.
Ah, good
Um,
choice.
yeah, it was my first, well, I think it was one of my first PlayStation games. Of course, played Nintendo at a very young age, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda, stuff like that. But
Uh-huh.
FF7 had like a real emotional impact on me. So that is at the top. But I also play a lot of like competitive shooters, um, ARPGs, things
Mhm.
like Diablo and I'm playing Monster Hunter right now, and also the Oblivion remaster. I jump
Oh yeah, I'm
around a
playing
lot.
that too. Great choice.
Yeah, it's been great so far. I played the original one, like very little when it
Mhm.
first came out. I wasn't really into the style of their games at the time, but then once
Yeah.
Fallout 4 came out, I must have played like 800 hours of that game or something like that.
Oh man, that's a lot. The
Yeah.
Fallout games are great.
So yeah, I bounce around a lot to a lot of different genres. Nothing is off the table. Even MMOs.
What other MMOs?
Like Star
The only one that
Switch.
I've spent a lot of time in besides Stars Reach, um, I would say Final Fantasy 14 was really cool.
Oh, I love
Um,
14. Great game.
yeah. Um, yeah. I played
What
World
about
of Warcraft a little.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's become such a cornerstone of the genre.
It really has.
What was your first memorable interaction with a video game?
Memorable. I'll tell you my this is funny. My earliest childhood memory. Um,
Yeah, that sounds good.
yeah, so it was Christmas morning, and I must have been like, I don't know, 2 or 3 or something. And my mom had bought us a Nintendo, and it was just playing the intro to Mario, Super Mario Brothers on a loop. And we came upstairs, and it was just sitting there. And I mean, I've basically been a gamer ever since. So, um, and another one was beating the original Legend of Zelda. I think I was like in kindergarten or something, and I was so proud of myself.
I love that era of games. Those were some of my first ones too. The NES, Mario and Duck Hunt.
Oh, love
Uh,
Duck Hunt.
it was great fun. It was just magical how the light gun worked as a kid. So cool.
Yeah, yeah, that was a lot of fun, and the Super Scope too. I'm actually a golden era SNES fan. Like I love original Nintendo, but like I think Super Nintendo probably had the most lasting impact on me as a gamer.
Yeah, I love that era. There's so many fun games.
I get sometimes asked what my favorite Legend of Zelda is, and it's always Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, it's such a good game and
where,
beautiful.
where are you, Lemonous? That I see flashing lights all over the place.
Yes, this is, I believe, the Gunk Town in the one of the ravines on Rodine 4. That
Tell us about
specific
Gonk a little.
Gunk is the hang on, Galactic Union of Natural Conservation or Conservatists. It's a player guild which was formed for this game or in this community by natural conservatists. And they do a lot of biology and nature and sciencey things. And they also currently are building their own city here in this ravine
Very cool.
on Rodine 4.
They do really cool floral arrangements too, gardens,
Yeah, they
all
had
sorts of stuff.
an Easter-related event, which they named, of course, Hortus Renovare. A little bit of Latin there. Not sure exactly what it means, but something renewal of plants, I think.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and for it they did a hunt for floral arrangements complete with hints and things. So that
Very
was really
cool.
cool, actually.
It's so amazing seeing player events and holidays this early.
Mm-hmm.
Electricity bill's gonna be expensive there, I see.
It's really cool too because that it's a game holiday kind of thing, but it was entirely player created and player, like they came up with it, named it, dated it, prepared for it, made all the things, and then like executed during the Easter week, and it was really cool.
Very
Really cool.
sandbox. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
We see renewal of the garden is Hortus Renovare. Yeah, cool.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
What a
as on the back end, being part of the dev team and just seeing what the community has built is just it's kind of mind blowing. And like the game isn't, even close to coming out. So there is so much growth potential for this.
the creativity
being-
is astounding.
It really is, and then just the passion for it too. Like, a lot of you guys have been playing way more hours of Stars Reach than I have personally, and I think that's super cool.
So, Sean, what are you working on this week? What are you doing?
Right now, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a super secret project.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I know.
Yeah. It's not quite ready for reveal. It's probably going to be a little while, to be completely honest. But I will say that we are working on some new merch offerings.
I was hoping for Stars Reach 2, the sequel. But... okay.
I think that's above my pay grade, slightly.
Is there anything you would like to work on in the future of Stars Reach? Like, I don't know, with the developer on Unity, on other tasks or topics?
That's a great question. Yes. The simple answer is yes. I mean, there's so much in the world of game development that I want to be a part of. Really, at heart, I'm an artist. Always been an artist. So any way I can help create in-game assets or characters or creatures or not even necessarily on the 3D modeling side, but if I'm just doing concept art, I love doing that stuff too. But also I love concepting systems. I'm not as technical as some of our engineers. Actually, nowhere near so. But I think I have some great ideas.
Yes, you
Very
do.
cool.
For who doesn't know, but 2 weeks ago we interviewed Justin. Was 2 weeks ago, Larry?
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
weeks.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, so Justin always helps us with social media posting, but also Sean does this work. So we all have different roles. What do you do, Sean, when we need to publish stuff, for example?
That's a great question. So I guess it depends on the post. And a lot of times if it's community related, I'll kind of scrape Discord to see if there's anything cool that the community has built.
Very smart.
Or yeah, something like this, like we featured this, I think maybe a couple weeks ago. Beautiful build. I love what you guys are building. It's just with the simplest tiles too.
Yeah.
I kind of go over that stuff and see what you guys have built, and then maybe come up with an interesting title and caption for said post that kind of is more engaging. Something that someone might want to say, oh, that's super cool, and how awesome that you're able to just do that in Stars Reach.
Cool.
Very cool. What are some of your goals? There's a lot coming up. What are some of your goals for upcoming projects?
Within Stars Reach?
Absolutely.
That's also a great question. Because there's so much to do still. I am really actually enjoying the community interaction and seeing everything that you guys have built. But I've always wanted to like run a merch store and come up with new designs that are based on specifically the world of Stars Reach,
Hmm.
and the lore of the game. So that has been a really exciting thing for me.
Yeah, that's really exciting. Tell us a little bit about the merch store we've got going on now. What's already up there?
So there
What
is
have
a
you been doing for
few
that?
basic items right now.
Hmm.
Stars Reach logos, t-shirts, hoodie, a couple hats, I believe. But
Fanny
what I want to
pack?
do, yeah, the fanny pack. Yeah, did you get one?
Not yet. It's my next choice. I just
It
got
is
the
pretty
hoodie.
cool. I have it in my closet right now. I don't want to poke in there
Oh,
quite yet.
very cool.
Um,
Yeah, I had
but
when I saw that I had to have it.
yeah, it's very functional too. Like it's
Hmm.
a great accessory, I should say. Um, but I want to do lore-based merch. So there
Oh,
will be,
cool.
yeah, merch surrounding certain characters or certain factions within the game, so that if there is something that you particularly identify with, you could represent that on a shirt or a hat or a
Yeah,
backpack.
like people do with their jobs in Final Fantasy.
Absolutely,
Very
absolutely.
cool. What about what's your favorite kind of project that you get asked to do at Playable Worlds?
Favorite kind. Um, it's been a little while, but when I get to do the 3D assets, that's a lot of fun. Um, so we call them dubers. I don't know if
Mhm.
that's true for other games, but when you harvest an object and you go into your inventory, a lot of those items um, I help design,
Very
and
cool.
that is a lot of fun for me. I love 3D modeling.
What's some of your favorite ones that you designed?
My favorite one probably has to be, oh man, uh, it's a new one now, but anti-gravium was a lot of fun. The material for
Oh
that,
yeah, that one looks cool.
and oh man, I can't even think of the one right now. I did several of the metal types.
Uh-huh.
Um, I did strawberries, which I haven't seen in game yet.
Oh, there's our leak. Pretty exciting.
We'll get there. Oh
What
yeah,
about
some of the mushrooms, the logs. Yep, the seeds. Thank you for showing
oh,
that.
cool.
I forgot what I
Cool.
worked on. It's been so long.
Yeah, we've got some great looking stuff. I love the way it's sort of
Oh, there's my strawberries. They're right
oh,
there.
they did get added. I didn't know about that. Cool. What about when we launch, what species do you think you'll play?
Ooh, I'm kind of torn because originally it was the Gurton. I really like
Uh-huh.
them, just because they have kind of like a Klingon vibe to me. Um, but also I really started to gravitate towards the Stoccati. Um, I think they're super cool. Vampires. I mean, who doesn't love vampires?
Yeah, the concept's awesome. They're really cool. What do you think
But also,
you want to
go right ahead.
what do you want to do in game profession wise? What do you think you'll play?
I love the idea of being a bounty hunter.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
so we haven't really talked very much about player versus player stuff because it's kind of a faraway thing for Stars Reach right now. But I love the idea of taking a contract for a player that's been naughty and flying to their planet and taking them out.
Very cool. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Will you ever join a guild?
I think I would. I think it depends on what the guild, if it's like a smugglers guild, that sounds awesome.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
lots of fun.
I like being completely opposite of the way I am in real life. I like amoral characters.
Hmm.
Um,
Some ethical complexity.
Yeah.
well, what is that,
If you
Lemonous?
do,
Sorry, I
what
was
are we?
just
What are we seeing?
I was just looking at a new.
What is
Hey,
that? That's a good question.
That's a weird little area you found, like a little grotto.
It's actually not a grotto. It's very cool though. Poison is in here, building. A very cool
Oh, I
building.
see.
How many
And
layers?
It's a pretty cool roof.
what is this? Tourmaline.
Oh, I love tourmaline.
Topaz, opal, cobalt, tungsten. Hey, here's all your metals. Jade.
There you go.
So many good
Ruby.
colors.
I assume this is gold. Yeah, block gold sheeting.
I'm pretty sure I worked on tourmaline and also amethyst.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can
Those-
mine that since it's in a homestead, but
I'm not going to try. This poor person.
Yeah, the tourmaline turned out really cool. Oh, someone's
It
dancing
really
for
is
you.
cool. I love it. Yes, thank you. Turquoise. Lots of different materials. I really like the kind of cramped feel here. Like it's so dense. There's stuff everywhere. It feels kind of cozy.
I like
It
that
looks cozy.
they kept a lot of the nature in it and
Mhm.
didn't just mine it all, strip mine it all, and then put a bunch of
Mhm.
blocks in.
And also, these are really cool plants. Some of them are new, I think, in this patch, like these here.
We've been getting so many cool new plants.
Yeah, for real. And this one,
It's
I
fun.
saw it on
You're
Roadin
always
as well.
discovering new stuff.
It's very cool.
Reminds me of a cave.
Yeah,
I don't know
it feels
about
like
you guys
sorry.
would. No, I mean, when I start to play Minecraft, my
Yeah.
first base is always inside a mountain. I just dig.
Hmm.
So I would love to see the same thing in Star Switch, but with a fully equipped and high-tech bunker or something like that.
Yeah.
Do in Minecraft
Very
too.
cool.
I like to. I haven't played it in a long time, but I used to like to build underwater bases.
Oh, I love that sort of thing. It's always adds some extra complexity, and it looks cool.
I like his title.
That's a lot of work, by the way.
Yes.
At least
This
it
is so
seems.
cool.
So, if back to you, Voodoo, if you do join a guild in game, do you think you'll tell them who you are, or would you keep it a secret that you work at Playable Worlds?
I think I'd probably keep it a secret.
Hmm.
I think some things are best kept secret. I like the idea of a secret identity.
Yeah, it makes sense. You get a lot less weird harassment potentially, people bothering you.
Well,
What
now
if
You don't
everyone
have to be
knows
at
my
work when you're playing.
Yeah, true. I like to keep them separate.
I think it makes
So,
sense.
Actually, my favorite thing to do at work obviously has to be playtests. Um, I love seeing what other members of the team have worked on. Because a lot of time I spend in the marketing side of Playable Worlds, so
Yeah.
that when I come to a playtest, I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so much new stuff happening, new tools, um, new materials, new
Mhm.
character models or clothing. I love seeing other people's work.
Stuff to discover every patch. That's great. Oh, look at
Um,
all. You're at the lava.
The lava looks great now. I
mhm.
remember
It
when it
does.
looked not so great.
Does it still hurt?
Oh yeah.
Right.
I
Oh yeah,
bet.
for sure.
Test it.
That's
Oh
not
yeah.
just a
There we go.
PNG.
We've been working on, I don't know if they're in the game yet, but there is an event for a creature who does a lot of fire damage and he explodes with fireballs and he's very, very tough. We fought him yesterday and I died several times. But it's basically if he hits you and you catch fire, because his fireball takes almost all of your health, and then the burning kills you.
That's annoying.
It is, but like you have to kind of learn to dodge him.
Yeah. A little
Yeah,
raid mechanic.
yes.
Oh, it's
Oh,
raining
your show looks
fireballs.
beautiful. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, they look so cool.
Not only fireballs, but invaders.
Oh, this is a special event. Let's
Hug
go
them,
see them.
catch them all.
Space invaders, just like the game.
Truly.
You have to see what kind of dupers he drops.
I do.
And the combat has gotten so much better too. It's a lot more smooth, a lot more predictable, which I think is really key to a good action game, is being able to tell what's happening and the effect you're having on your enemies.
Yeah. Control the action better.
And having a mechanic as simple as dodge rolling really adds a lot of complexity.
Absolutely.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I always forget it exists, but I
Yeah.
can, in fact, dodge roll.
Yeah, and especially since the creature's prediction is way better than it used to be too. Like there was times where they would shoot nowhere near, but now I had an experience yesterday fighting on ice, sliding around, and seeing the ball hogs shoot like way in advance of where I'm going to be, and knowing that it's going to have the potential to connect with me, and that is super cool.
Yeah, it has such dynamic combat. It was really exciting when we got all the new creatures with the new attacks. They're a lot harder.
Let's see. Uranium. That's what that is.
Cool.
Sean,
Can't wait.
Yes.
going back for a second to you and your work and what you do, considering your experience and career, what advice do you have for someone looking to get into the games industry? Any suggestion on the path to follow?
Yes. It's always been kind of a difficult industry to break into, at least in my personal experience. What I would suggest these days is there's a lot of tools that are absolutely free that allow a path into game development. For example, Unity. If you have no game engine experience, it's a great one to start with. And also you have 3D modeling software like Blender. I used Blender for a job that had nothing to do with gaming. We made products for people to buy, and I decided that at some point it was a lot easier for me to 3D model those objects and then be able to manipulate them in the 3D space with different lighting and different environments, as opposed to taking photos of the products themselves. And that offered me a ton of flexibility, but also gave me a lot of experience that was relevant to the games industry.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and I would say if you have the opportunity, sometimes doing work for free is okay. Like if you're a student and you're an artist, and maybe someone needs an album cover for their upcoming rock album or something, and maybe they're an independent artist, they don't have any money, do it for free. You know, it's experience. It's something you put in your portfolio.
Build
And
the portfolio.
the portfolio is the most important thing. Of course, being someone who is easy to work with is good too. Have good opinions. Be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the portfolio is the biggest thing. You need to be able to show the work that you've done. And my suggestion is to not be super picky about what you're putting in there at first, because as you build that work and that experience, it will get better and better and better. But just be constantly showing your newest stuff.
Do you have any other advice for someone who wanted to do graphic design professionally instead of going into games?
Yes, start in your community, your local community.
Very smart.
Yeah, it's an industry that, at least for now, always needs people, and it always needs design work. There is a mom and pop shop right around the corner who probably needs a logo, or needs a poster, or needs a t-shirt design. I promise you the work is there. So start in your local community, and while you're doing that, branch out online too, because people, if they see your work, they will ask you to do work for them. It's almost guaranteed. You know, if you start in your local community and you start posting on like Instagram or something, or LinkedIn, that is basically a portfolio. So
very grassroots. What what kind of software do you think is useful for someone starting out doing that stuff? What's the best choices to get competent with?
In graphic design specifically, probably the Adobe Suite.
Of course.
I know there are a lot of people who may not like it as much, but it is truly industry standard. Probably for a reason.
Yeah. They certainly get $20 a month from me.
Yeah, absolutely. And Illustrator specifically, obviously Photoshop, those two are probably most must-haves for that industry. And you know, gain proficiency with it. You know, take a class, or there's plenty of online resources. That's basically what I did. I mean, outside of my college education, tons of YouTube tutorials. If there was something specific that I wanted to learn, I'd just go look it up.
That makes sense. YouTube makes learning new skills so much more straightforward.
I heard that you are into music. Is that true? Someone told me about that. Now, sure, you know. Not that we spent 2 hours one day talking about that. So, what do you do?
Yeah.
What did you do?
So yeah, Thomas is referring to a time we were talking about
Yeah,
music
yeah.
gear. We both have
I love
an
gear.
interest in talking, well, in music in general, but like the gear behind it also.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm a guitar player. I've been playing guitar for 25 plus years, um, since I was like 12. So do that math if you want to.
Yeah.
Um, and I've been in a lot of different rock and metal bands, punk
hmm
bands. Um, and I write and produce my own music. Um, Working on a project right now. This is a fairly new guitar. Love it.
Right.
That's why it's hanging on the wall. But there's others in the collection. Yeah, it's a fun hobby. When I was younger, I
It
considered it a career,
it
but
is a fun hobby.
yeah, it's not very lucrative. It doesn't. You can't buy a house on being in a garage band, really.
Yeah, it's true. And gear is so expensive. You have to be able to fund it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And being a person who just loves gear, I'm always looking at like the next thing, you know? So they call it GAS. I think it's hilarious. It's an acronym.
Gear
Gear.
acquisition syndrome.
Yes. I know.
I know
I
it
see you're
well.
familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. You may not. I have a Moog synthesizer right behind me.
Oh, beautiful.
I love. I love gear. Do you have a favorite? Kind of obscure question. Do you have a favorite reverb or a favorite pedal company? Pedal producer?
The
Um,
specific one.
it is very specific. If I had to say one favorite, just because it's what I use now, um, it's the Neural DSP, a
Oh,
quad
very
cortex.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It just has so many very, very good options available. I do like analog pedals, but I also
Yeah.
like the compactness of having, you know, almost everything that I need and for it to sound really, really good in one
Uh-huh.
box.
Yeah, I love analog pedals. I have so many.
Do you have a
Very
favorite?
cool. Matthews Effects, Walrus Audio,
I love
both make
Walrus.
really good ones. Earthquaker devices, stuff like that.
Cool.
Lots of fun. Yeah, lots of fun. Yeah, I have one too many reverb pedals. I like to do ambient type stuff, so can never get enough. That's the gas.
That's the gas. Yeah. And then I discovered reverb.com and have been selling and, getting new gear. Like I use the old gear to fund the new gear. If I'm not using
It's
something anymore, then I'm just like, okay, well, it's time to get rid of it.
yeah, that's reverb is great for that. Great way. For those of you who don't know, reverb is like eBay for music equipment. Great stuff. Oh, Rod had a question for you. Do you have a site for any music you've done that you'd like to share with us?
That I'd like to share. Um, so I had a previous project. It's called East Evans. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Um, I'm working on something new that I'm hoping to be finished with in the next coming months. That so far I'm a lot more proud of, and I will talk about that at a later date.
Oh, okay. Keep your secret then.
Yeah.
Very cool. What are you doing, Lemonous?
I'm flying around in space.
Space looks
I
good.
love this.
It really does.
Show us that nebula.
The nebula.
Yeah, the skybox is beautiful. I believe Johnny Al working on this.
Nice job, Tony.
Yeah. So cool.
It's remarkable. I mean, it really is. Just every time I see it, beautiful.
Yeah, I love the potential of space. I mean, really, the ideal thing in Star Reach is that everything that you can do on a planet, you can do in space, right? So when it comes to mining or surveying or building an awesome starbase, you can do all of that stuff. There just aren't a whole lot of games that allow you to fly around in a spacesuit in space, and I just think that's super cool.
It is so cool. We're gonna see so many amazing things built. Already have.
For sure. I haven't actually seen any builds in space this time. So consider that a request, dear playtesters. If you want to build in space, I'd love to showcase it.
We love seeing it. We can put it on stream. We can put it in our promotional images.
Also, from time to time, we developers are gonna fly around all the worlds trying to find cool buildings to showcase in the next videos. We are setting up everything. I think that, yeah, if I remember well, I spoke about this during my interview. Not sure, but yeah, we are organizing. Still need a little bit of time with all the software and programs, data we want to record and how we want to record it. Different formats. It's a little bit complicated if you want to do it in the right way, but we will get there. Probably from the next week. Yeah. Without
Very
probably.
exciting.
Yeah, from the next week, yes. Sean, do you remember a super annoying and hard task apart from those that I give to you from time to time?
Super hard one.
Yeah, like something that it was extremely painful.
Yeah, I mean, I have a decent amount of website building experience, but it is always a challenge, especially when you're working on something that's going to be visited by tens of thousands of people. It has to work, and it needs to be a good user experience. You need to be able to go to a website and it load quickly, and for all of the functions of the website to actually function. Sounds easy, but it's not always. Things break all the time, and you got to have a backup plan for that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a specific question now. It's very specific. Sure. I don't know if you know about this, but are you a PNG team or WebP team? For who doesn't know, PNG and WebP are two different formats for images, for example. You can also use WebP for videos. But sometimes, at least in my experience, when I built websites, I mainly used WebP because, well, you can easily redimension them for every device when the website loads. And they're not as heavy as a PNG sometimes, most of the times, but not always.
I would say on that side of things, PNG. I much prefer JPEGs, honestly, for websites. They don't always look the best, but they're more compressed and they load faster. So I tend to do that, and I try to make them under a megabyte, which is a lofty goal a lot of times, especially when you have these high res screenshots that we get from the game. But they usually look pretty good, so no complaints.
Yeah, JPEG
yeah, we have a great website. You've done a wonderful job.
Is that a boss creature?
It's a purple creature, a mini boss. I seem to have angered the dreaded crash bug.
What did you do? You were sliding too much on ice?
Yes.
The ice is so cool.
It's being very aggressive right now.
Really
Yeah.
changes up the combat.
Give him a
Yeah, this is
strawberry.
This is the coolest way to fight, pun intended.
I'm scaring the cloud guppies and being attacked by the crash bug. Truly the quintessential experience.
All right. I guess that we are close to the end of this stream, unless someone from the chat has questions.
Let's see some questions, folks.
Like Rod. Rod, do you have any? He's spying on us every time. You need to be
Hello,
careful.
Rod.
We love you, Rod.
Otters win? No comment.
Oh yeah, they really want the otters.
Yeah.
They demand them.
Yeah, I did not read that because I'm scared. I know why. Yeah. Yeah. Rod is right.
Gotta be tactful here.
Later is gonna have a meeting with Rod to discuss about his performance.
Sean, I need to see you in my office, please.
Kind of. All right, cool. Oh, okay.
Someone asked favorite food.
Please be pizza, please.
It's not.
Oh my
I'm sorry.
God.
Yeah.
I'll wait you in my office later. Okay.
I have a lot of food intolerances, so there's a lot of things I cannot eat. I have a sensitive tummy. However, I do really love sushi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good choice.
Favorite sushis? Favorite fish?
Favorite fish has got to be salmon or yellowtail. I've
Very good.
recently become a pretty big fan of eel.
Ah, very exciting.
Yeah.
Do you like the fish egg ones? I love the salmon roe.
I do, yeah. I don't have it very often, but when I do, it's kind of a treat.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm guessing, Thomas, your favorite food is pizza.
I don't know. I mean, I love everything, and if I had to choose, I don't know.
Are you allowed to say anything other than pizza? Pasta, maybe.
Risotto.
Ooh, okay, now this is getting complicated. If someone asks me if I have a favorite food, I'll say yes, and then I'll run away. Just to, avoid any type of conflict with police here knocking at my door. I don't want that.
Context for new viewers. Thomas is from Italy.
We have another question from the chat.
What?
Now I'm gonna read the name very wrong, like in the worst way possible, okay? Desley Sunstrider. Desley? Did I say it right?
That's a good guess, I think.
Okay.
Basil?
Okay, thank you. So
Diesel.
Diesel. Okay, crude oil. Sunstrider. Now, is there a story behind your name, VoodooMagik? Do you actually do magic? I think that's the question. Can you like spawn gold money out of nothing?
Voodoo's a dark magic. It's not a Disney magic type of magic. Can I perform voodoo magic? Maybe.
No, you cannot say that. Now you have to show that. Come on.
No, there's not a real big story behind it. I just thought it sounded cool.
Okay.
Also, we want to avoid bad juju on stream.
Yeah, especially if there's a voodoo magic nearby.
We have 9 minutes. Yeah, that's right.
Surely we have some more questions.
Yeah, I had one, and now I need to think again.
Oh no, you're stunned.
Ah, I got juked by a shock roach.
They are in love with you today.
Absolutely.
It's the Roach Planet.
Truly. I prefer the guppies.
Aren't they roaches too? We've got some
Any-
slippage between fish and roaches.
Yep.
We got a question from Gunk. Any cool new plans for the Stars Reach website?
Oh yeah, great one.
No leaks.
Yes. No leaks.
Okay, next question. Thank you very much.
We're talking about some improvements
Correct.
for one, and then possibly some new design.
Very cool.
That's all I'll say.
Mm-hmm. Yep, yeah. I also have to be careful because I was going to say something, but yeah, no, I won't say anything. Do you have a favorite? I'll try to change topic really quick. Do you have a favorite world in Stars Reach? Planet, sorry.
A ferret world?
Yeah.
A world full of ferrets?
Okay.
I'm not the best person to ask that. Ask Dave.
Dave. Let's
Dave,
ask
what's
Rod.
Sean's favorite planet?
Oh, it's a
that was the
leak.
question. Okay. Sorry. I think Iskarion right now.
Nah. Try again.
I like that planet.
I like
Which
the
one's
a
beach
nice
there.
planet?
It has a good beach.
Yeah. And we were testing some stuff with weather effects, and it looked so cool with those. I'm not sure if I know we talked about it in a dev blog, but
There's a mini leak.
I guess so. There will be weather.
There will be
What?
weather.
Hopefully Rod is not listening.
Oh, Rod said some words.
Oh no.
You said you were interested in more 3D modeling and concept. If you were to create a new creature for the game, what would it be and why?
Oh, Rod. There's a couple in mind, or there's one specifically in mind. I'm not gonna talk about that one yet, but I want some more like quadrupedal, scaly, winged creatures that breathe fire.
A dragon.
Ah, a fire-breathing. I see.
Yeah,
Dog.
cool.
A fire-breathing flying dog
correct.
with scales. That would be cool. I think dragons would make a great addition to our setting.
I think it would be too. They just have to be done in a way that makes sense for Stars Reach.
Yeah, a space dragon.
Yeah.
Space wyvern.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it would. You could see them perched on the asteroid.
Well, and also,
They could have
the servitors are things we haven't talked about much. I've had a lot of ideas for those as well. So I mean that could be cool. There could be a lot of different variations, I think, but
Mhm.
So I read a question in the chat from Wizard Rex TV about being able to create custom music or custom dance steps. I don't know that. I'm not updated on that. Are you, Sean?
I think that'd be really cool. I can't say that there's any plans to do that. There will be a class or not, because since we're classless, there will be skill trees,
Profession.
yes, that allow you to do entertainer-like activities. We'll say that.
Interesting. Okay. I guess we cannot say more than that. It's always that. All right. If anyone has more questions about Sean, about the game, or
Just a little
about
side note, I found some anti-gravium, so here's that texture you were talking about.
Yeah. And then the log too over on the left. Yeah. I did that one too.
Nice.
That was fun.
Very cool.
But it looks like a slightly new texture, so I think it might have been revamped recent on the
Oh,
anti-gravium.
Oh,
we got another question. Wizard Rex said, so I know this is a classless system. How do you guys sell that to people who are pretty entrenched in class-based games? Any thoughts on that?
like marketing wise?
Raph, I think, has talked about this quite a bit at length. It's basically so that people are creating a community, right? So you
Mhm.
want to have people who are excelling in different things. If someone is sells goods, but they can't get to a planet to get certain materials to make their goods, they need someone else to be able to do that.
Mhm.
So while there are no classes, there are things that you can be proficient in that other people may not want to or cannot be proficient in.
Entanglement.
Yeah.
So Wizard
I just,
was
Basically, I would say,
Go
how do you
ahead.
sell it? You do what you want to,
freedom.
right? Yeah, there's no
Creative
boundaries
freedom.
here. Yeah.
Wizard was indeed saying, yeah, marketing or how you present it to friends who want to play, etc.
Oh, an elevator pitch.
Yeah, I'm thinking, because that's actually a great question. I don't know if
It
the
is a good question.
psychology that we have behind when creating content also includes that. Also with some new stuff we are preparing. But yeah, that, classes is an important point for this game, like an important feature of the game. Because with classes, as Sean just said, we create also communities. About how we promote that, I think I'm more thinking about, videos and videos wise, like when creating content. I cannot say too much about that. That's tricky. I would love to answer, but I don't want to leak anything.
That's fair.
But like we have something in mind to enhance that part of the game, because we feel like it's really important. It's not just we feel, we know it's extremely important. You will see that. I can only say that you will see that. Okay.
And we still have so much work to do. It's going to reveal itself over time. There's already been so many players loving the world of Stars Reach and putting in hundreds of hours, which is remarkable. And a lot of it is going to be, hey, there's this beautiful world where I'm free to do whatever I want, go wherever I want, be the character that I want.
Yeah.
And if that's not at least intriguing to you, then maybe, Stars Reach may not be the game for you. But I feel like this has the potential to reach a very, very wide audience.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It invites you to have your own adventure rather than, you know, following a character's path, like in, say, Final Fantasy, the main story quest.
Yep.
You know, it's really cool.
When I first joined, I said to Raf, this sounds like a metaverse. That was my first impression of the game. Because I was asking to him, but can you do that? Can you do that? And the answer was always yes. It's quicker if I tell you what you cannot do. So that really is mind-blowing.
It is.
Gunk
It's
asks,
just,
you can create your
so
own
much freedom.
archetypes. And yes, you know, it's. I would try not to put it in a box, right? I would like to just say, compare it to just like your skill set, IRL. You know, there are some things that you're good at, and there are some things that you aren't, right? And you choose to invest time in those things.
Right. Okay, I think that we are gonna end the stream here. We are a little bit late. We have other meetings to attend now. But
Great.
I thank you everyone for joining during this live stream. And I thank you,
Thanks
Sean.
for coming, everyone.
Thank you, Sean, for for answering all the questions, also the annoying ones. And
it was great having you on.
Thank you, Larry, Lemonous, all of you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks to the chat for the questions. And yeah, I guess that we are gonna see you guys in the next stream. Is there gonna be any update or vibe soon? I don't know. I'm asking. Like I lost track of that. I should open here, but I don't think so. Am I right?
Roddy's still here. Maybe he may know.
No, I see now.
Update.
From the calendar, I see no vibe. No,
nothing next week.
Nothing for now. No.
All right.
Unless needed, but I don't think so. So players keep creating, keep playing. I'm sorry, I see Lemonous dancing. I cannot concentrate. I have a short span attention.
So happy standing in this herd of giraffe trees.
Okay, amazing. So thank you very much, guys, again, and see you in the next stream. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you guys next time.